Hey there, this is Thomas from Crafted Spaces, and in this video I'll walk you through the yearly top 10 review template. This template allows you to look back at the previous year. As you can see here on the home page, there's already an example of all the different domains you can look back on. I've added some pictures as an example, and here at the bottom you have the option to go to all my templates and look at some package deals. But let's dive into how this one works. First of all, you could, for example, look back on 2024. But in this case, let's create a new page to make our review at the end of 2025. By clicking on New Page, I will open a template that is already pre-filled. All you have to do is add the new year, maybe pick a nice icon. Let's do a star for this one. Let's take a star and maybe give it a different cover. Something nice. Let's take this one. I'll put it in full screen to make things easier, and then we dive right in. So as you can see, this template allows you to look back on a few different domains in 2025. You've watched a whole bunch of movies and series, and you want to keep track of what you consider your top 10 recommendations, movies and series you've watched. Other things, quite straightforward, would be songs you've listened to, your favorite songs from 2025, trips you've been on. Could be a city trip, a large trip, a ski trip, could be anything. And then you have some things about your life. Maybe new people you've met, major life occurrences that took place. Maybe you got engaged, your brother had a baby, you changed jobs, could be anything. And then you have your personal stuff. Interests, new topics you learned about, new things you've taken up recently. Maybe you learned a lot about oceans, maybe you learned a lot about snowboarding, maybe you've honed your padel skills or pickleball skills, could be anything you started learning about. And here, maybe some things you've learned about yourself, things you worked on, things you want to work on, things you've learned about yourself that you didn't realize before. Simply keep track of them right here. And it can be pretty much anything. There's options to customize this template for yourself. Here I've added shopping and cooking, but you could simply just duplicate them with Ctrl D. Let me maybe add this one in between to have everything in the same way. I'll do it like this. Move to this one here, that one to the side, and there we go. We've simply added a few more domains. And in this case, you can keep track of specific items you've bought this year. I said, for example, you learned about skiing or snowboarding. You bought yourself a snowboard. You got a new pet. Or interests. You learned about pickleball. You bought yourself a pickleball racket. If you want to keep track of those things, you can keep track of them here. Same thing goes for cooking. Maybe you've made something special. You have perfected your own special garlic butter. You made a specific pizza. Or you've tasted something new, a new dish that you want to remember, a special type of cheesecake you picked up somewhere. Just keep track of it here. If you don't want all of the domains, simply drag over them and delete them with backspace. Final thing, if you're a bit of a photographer, you can also add some nice pictures you've taken. In this case, we can just quickly open up picture 1, add an image via upload file, and here we go. I can add a picture of Patrick that I definitely want to remember for the future. And that's pretty much how this template works. If you again want to go back all the way to the top, you can simply move back to the home page, and now we can look back at 2025. That's how simple it is, guys. Thank you.